with the biggest boy band in the world, BTS. Okay, you guys, I know it's very exciting. There's the close proximity. You taught yourself English?
Yes, I taught myself English.
How did you teach yourself English?
Actually, my English teacher was the sitcom, Friends.
Oh, you
That's
watched Friends?
Yes.
So, was it mainly just phrases then, or you just learned everything?
I think, back in the days, like when I was like 15, like 14,
yeah,
it was quite like a syndrome for all the Korean parents to make their kids watch the Friends.
Really?
So yeah, I thought I was kind of like a victim at that time, but but right now I'm the lucky one.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like thanks to my mother, she bought all the seasons for DVDs. It got 10 DVDs, right?
Right.
She bought me, and so firstly I watched with the Korean subtitle. And then next time I watched with the English subtitle, and then I just removed it.
That's very impressive, and Friends would be very happy that you learned.
Thank you.
BTS, do you know this band?
You know this band?
Exactly.
Were you there that night in Dallas?
When they're here, it is screaming like.
Yes.
It must be insane, the noise in there.
It was insane noise. I mean, my son. So they're South Korean. And my son's walk around, that's months before we went to go to this concert, and he knows all the songs.
Yeah.
He's rapping Korean.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to go for his birthday. We took a couple of his friends, Camille and I went, and we loaded up, and we had a blast. We got out of our seats, we got right down in the pit and broke a sweat dancing.
Wow. Well, I can see that. I can see you
fun.
enjoying that.
Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone.
See me, call me, please.
Woo!
With collaboration. Let's go.
We want to collaborate with so many American artists.
Please call us our company. It's in Korea, though.
I hear that you're a huge K-pop fan, and we have a picture, I believe, of you at one of the shows.
Oh yeah, I went to the show at the Rose Bowl.
Did you get
they performed. That's
something
me
in your
at the
eye?
show. I was crying. I am not ashamed of it.
You were moved by them.
I was super moved by them because I was not a fan going into that show. My wife was a huge fan, and I get there. The Rose Bowl, 90,000 people packed.
Wild.
All different races, all different ages,
cool.
singing along to these like Korean musicians and dancers. And it was just really like, oh my gosh, like as a kid, like I could never imagine something like that happening. And it was just, I cried.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and I got the dolls.
Wait, those are your dolls, not your daughters.
No, those
are
not
your dolls.
Those are not my daughters nor my wife's.
So
those are mine.
Where do we keep the dolls?
They are on a shelf in our living room.
Though? Okay. Oh, so everyone can see when they walk in.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed.
No,
I love
you
them.
shouldn't be.
I got some catchphrases, and I really want to learn how to say them in Korean, so can you teach me?
Like, what?
First one is snatching wigs.
Snatching wigs?
Snatching wigs.
What does it mean? Like
that means, because like y'all slaying right now, so when you walk past, like all your fans, you snatching their wigs. Okay, they can't handle it.
Shut up.
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 You shut up right here.
You did a remix of your hit Savage Love with BTS. Now it's #1 Billboard Hot 100. Were you a BTS fan? How did that come about?
You know, I actually met them a couple of years ago, and they walked up to me, and they told me how much they appreciate my work and whatnot. And it was great, but I didn't know who they were at that moment yet. And then later on at that award show, they were doing some kind of competition between different fandoms, right? And they were winning against like Bieber and Ariana Grande. I was like, this is serious.
Yeah.
A couple of years later, I mean, we have this song together, and I think it's amazing, that two different people from all over the world, right? I mean, you have Josh that's from New Zealand, you have myself, American, and you have this massive K-pop group, and you put them all together. I think it's amazing.
So you learned English. Last time you were here, you were telling me you learned English by watching Friends.
Of course.
And then you came on the lot and you surprised some fans when you went to the set, right?
Yes.
Was that fun?
Like, it was a real set.
Yeah.
So I was like sitting on the couch and, Rachel. Yeah, right.
Wow.
So it was so fun.
Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, we did that.
Surprise.
Yeah, we done that.
That was so funny.
funny.
You know, we all go through ups and downs in life, and I think, although I'm stuck in a dark void, I am human after all, and I was going through a pretty down period of my life. It was about 4 years ago, and I decided just to have a vulnerable moment and put one of those thought-provoking journal entries out on Twitter. And 4 years ago when I started this, a lot of them were about self-love, because I was going through that down period realizing that I didn't consider myself enough. And amazingly enough, talk about wonderful timing and just being ready for an opportunity, the very popular group BTS had just released an album called Love Yourself. So I put out all these messages about self-love, and I'm thinking this is not gonna be a good idea, because this big, larger-than-life 16-time WWE champion is now talking about vulnerability and the fact that you are enough and you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. But it caught fire because of the BTS army. I was essentially sending a similar message of the band. And these books exist because the army was brave enough, the BTS army was brave enough to support my vulnerable moment.
Your fans are called the Army.
Yes.
And do you have anything to say to your fans?
우리 팬들한테 한마디 하고 싶은 거.
Army, I love you!
Who's your favorite member of BTS?
RM and J-Hope, because they're like the lyricist guys. I love, not only I love their fan base, I think the BTS army is unbelievable. I love what they do philanthropically, I love their message, but they're also like MCs, and they also, this is the hip hop nerd in me, they also rap to like my style of hip hop, like the 80s and 90s boom bap stuff. And it was cool to see them use some of those beats on like outros for their early albums, and just J-Hope and RM are my...
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
They're taking a break right now. I wish them happy rest and hope everything's going well for them.
Wow. Well, y'all are wonderful. I appreciate you being here. You can go to EllenTube. You can watch another song from BTS if you go to EllenTube. And I also want to say... Okay, watch. I want to say...